I got a 23% raise last year. 23%. I switched jobs, negotiated hard, felt like I finally made it. My salary went from $65,000 to $80,000. I did everything right. So why does my bank account look like I'm still making $40,000? Look, if you got a raise in the past 2 years and you're still broke, if your paycheck hits on Friday and by Monday you're already doing math in your head trying to figure out how to make it to next Friday, this video is going to show you exactly what's happening. And I promise you, it's not what you think. My name is John, and I spend way too much time thinking about why paychecks feel smaller in 2026 even when you got a raise, and the hidden expense trap making it worse. If you are someone who finally got that raise you've been waiting for, maybe you switched jobs and your salary went up 10, 15, maybe even 20%, you remember checking your new offer letter and thinking, finally, I can breathe. But here's what's actually happening in your bank account right now. You're still broke. You're still anxious every time rent is due. You still can't afford that $1,000 emergency everyone says you need. Your paycheck hits on Friday, and by Tuesday, you're wondering where it all went. You're not eating out more. You're not taking vacations. You didn't buy anything crazy. But somehow every month, your checking account hovers near zero. You feel like you're working harder, earning more, and somehow ending up with less. Your parents bought a house at your age. You can't even imagine saving for one. You're starting to think you're bad with money. But the truth is, your paycheck isn't actually growing. It's shrinking. And there are hidden expenses bleeding your account dry that you don't even see happening. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Here's the thing everyone gets wrong. They think a raise means more money. It doesn't. Not anymore. Let me show you the math that nobody talks about. Let's say you made $65,000 in 2024. You got a 15% raise. Congrats! You're now at $74,750. Feels good, right? Here's what actually happens to that extra $9,750. Federal taxes take 22% of that raise because you're in a higher bracket now. That's $2,145 gone. State taxes. Let's say you're in California, New York, or Massachusetts. Take another 8%. That's $780. Social Security and Medicare take 7.65%. That's $747. You haven't spent a single dollar yet, and you've already lost $3,672 of your raise. Your $10,000 raise is now $6,078. But wait, it gets worse. While you were getting that raise, here's what happened to your actual expenses. Rent went up an average of 5.7% nationally in 2025. If you're paying $2,000 a month, that's an extra $1,368 per year. Car insurance jumped 26% in 2024 through 2025. Average driver now pays $2,329 per year. That's $480 more than 2023. Groceries are up 19% since 2022. The average American now spends $528 per month. That's $84 more per month than 2 years ago. That's $1,008 per year. Health insurance premiums increased 7% in 2025. If your employer covers 70%, you're still paying an extra $210 per year. Add those up, $3,066. Your $6,000 raise just became a $3,000 raise. And we haven't even talked about the invisible stuff yet. Because here's what's really killing you. And you probably don't even see it happening. Okay, so you've got $3,000 left from your raise. That's still $250 a month, right? That should feel like something. Except it doesn't. Because there's a whole category of expenses that didn't exist 10 years ago. Or they did. They were a fraction of what they are now. I call this the invisible bleed, and it's killing your bank account. Let me ask you something. How many subscription services are you paying for right now? And I don't mean just Netflix and Spotify. I mean everything. Netflix, $15.49. Spotify, $10.99. Apple iCloud storage, $2.99. Amazon Prime, $14.99 per month. They raised it again. Gym membership, $49, that you haven't used since November. Meal kit subscription, $72 per week, because you convince yourself it saves money. DoorDash Dash Pass, $9.99. Peacock, Hulu Max, Disney Plus, another $43 combined. That meditation app you forgot about, $12.99. Your car's connected services, $25. That productivity app, $9.99. That's $307 per month. That's $3,684 per year. Your raise is gone. And that's before we talk about the real invisible stuff. Here's what nobody warns you about. Convenience fees. Every time you pay rent online, that's $3.50. Paying your car payment online, $5.95. Paying a bill through your bank's bill pay? Sometimes there's a $2 processing fee you didn't even notice. Delivery fees and tips. You think you're just paying $10 for DoorDash delivery, but here's the real math. Delivery fee $5, service fee $3.50, tip $7. Plus they mark up the food prices by 15 to 25%. That $25 meal from the restaurant just costs you $43. Americans now spend an average of $344 per month on food delivery and takeout. That's $4,128 per year. And look, I'm not saying don't ever use DoorDash. I'm saying most people have no idea they're spending $4,000 a year on it. Here's the psychology part that makes this so dangerous. These expenses are invisible because they're automated. They draft from your account on random days. You never see the money. You never feel it leave. It's not like handing someone $43 in cash for a burrito. That would hurt. That would make you think twice. But when it's just gone from your checking account, you don't even notice until you're suddenly broke on a Tuesday. This is called friction removal, and companies have spent billions engineering it specifically to make you spend more without thinking. But here's where it gets even worse, because there's one expense that's growing faster than everything else, and it's the one nobody wants to talk about. Here's the really messed up part. When your paycheck can't cover your life anymore, there's one thing that's always there to catch you. Credit cards. As of December 2025, Americans owe $1.17 trillion in credit card debt. That's a record. The average American carries $6,501 in credit card debt. And here's the thing nobody tells you when you're 25 and they hand you your first card. Credit cards aren't there to help you. They're there to trap you. Let me show you how this works. Let's say you've got $5,000 on a credit card at 22.99% APR, which is pretty standard right now. Your minimum payment is $150 per month. Seems manageable, right? If you only pay the minimum, here's what happens. It will take you 347 months. That's 29 years to pay it off. You'll pay $14,332 in interest. Your $5,000 debt will cost you $19,332 total. You will pay almost 4 times what you borrowed. And here's the psychology that makes this so brutal. Loss aversion and present bias. Your brain is wired to avoid pain right now, even if it means way more pain later. So when it's the 15th of the month and you're $150 short on rent, your brain says, put it on the card. Future you will figure it out. But future you never does. Because next month, you're short again. And the balance grows. And the minimum payment grows. And suddenly you're stuck in what I call the debt spiral. You're not spending on dumb stuff anymore. You're using credit cards for survival, for groceries, for gas, for the subscription services you can't cancel because you've built your life around them. And the worst part? You feel like a failure. You think it's your fault. You think you're bad with money. But here's what's actually happening. The system is designed to extract every dollar you earn. Wages go up 3%. Costs go up 7%. You bridge the gap with credit. Credit costs you 23%. You fall further behind. It's not you. It's math. So what do you actually do about this? Because complaining doesn't pay the bills. Okay, here's the part where I give you actual steps. Not vague advice like just budget better. Real, concrete things you can do this week. Step 1, do the subscription purge. This weekend, literally, Put 2 hours on your calendar. You're going to log into your bank account and credit card statements. Go back 3 months. Highlight every single recurring charge. Then cancel everything you didn't use in the last 30 days. Not might use someday. Actually used. You might think, but what if I need it later? Here's the thing, you can always resubscribe. But right now, you're paying for theoretical future convenience while you can't afford your actual present life. Average person finds $273 per month in subscriptions they forgot about or don't use. That's $3,276 per year. You might think, but John, I use Netflix. Okay, cool. Keep Netflix. I'm not saying live like a monk. I'm saying stop paying for the gym you haven't been to since October. Step 2. Break the delivery habit. Look, I'm not going to tell you to never use DoorDash again. But here's the rule. 1 delivery per week. That's it. If you're currently doing 3 to 4 deliveries a week at $40 each, that's $640 per month. Cut it to 1 per week, and you're at $160 per month. You just saved $480 per month. $5,760 per year. But John, I don't have time to cook. I get it. Here's the hack. Grocery delivery is way cheaper than food delivery. Instacart with a $15 tip costs you $15. That same order through DoorDash would be $43. Use Instacart. Batch cook on Sunday. Keep it simple. Rotisserie chicken, rice, frozen vegetables. I'm not asking you to become a chef. I'm asking you to stop paying a 300% markup on Chipotle. Step 3. Automate your savings before you see the money. Here's the problem with traditional budgeting. You try to save whatever's left over at the end of the month. There's never anything left over. Instead, do this. Set up an automatic transfer for $50 every payday into a high-yield savings account you don't touch. But John, I can't afford $50. Yes, you can. You just found $550 per month in the last 2 steps. Take 50 of that and hide it from yourself. Here's the psychology. If you never see it, you won't spend it. And in 1 year, you'll have $1,200 sitting there. That's your emergency fund. That's the thing that keeps you from putting the next car repair on a credit card. Step 4, attack the debt. If you've got credit card debt, here's the move. Take that extra $500 per month you just freed up. Put $400 toward your smallest debt and $100 toward savings. This is the debt snowball method. You're not paying off the highest interest first. You're paying off the smallest balance first to get a psychological win. When that first card is paid off, let's say it takes 3 months, you take that $400 and roll it into the next smallest debt. But shouldn't I pay the high interest one first? Mathematically, yes. Psychologically, no. You need to feel progress or you'll quit. Trust me on this. Step 5, negotiate your fixed costs. This one takes an hour, but it'll save you thousands. Call your car insurance company and say, I'm shopping around. What discounts am I eligible for? Average person saves $347 per year just by asking. Call your internet provider. I'm looking at switching to their competitor. Can you match their rate? They'll transfer you to retention. Retention has magic powers to lower your bill. Average savings, $25 per month. $300 per year. I know this sounds tedious, but you're going to spend an hour on TikTok tonight anyway. Spend it making phone calls instead. Get paid $647 for 1 hour of work. Now, here's what happens if you actually do all 5 of these steps. Let's add this up. If you do everything I just said, subscription purge, $273 per month saved. Cut delivery to once per week, $480 per month saved. Negotiate fixed costs, $54 per month saved, averaged annually. Total monthly savings, $807. Total annual savings, $9,684. You just gave yourself a $10,000 raise. A real one this time. And here's the beautiful part. You're not living like you're poor. You still have Netflix. You still get delivery once a week. You still have internet. You just stopped hemorrhaging money on stuff you didn't even notice. This is what I mean when I say it's not you, it's the system. The system is designed to extract every dollar silently, invisibly, painlessly, until you wake up broke. But now you see it, and you can't unsee it. Look, your parents didn't have to deal with this. They didn't have 17 subscription services. They didn't have DoorDash. They didn't have credit cards with 23% APR marketed to them in college. They had a simpler equation. Earn money. Spend less than you earn. Save the rest. We have a harder equation, but it's not impossible. You just have to see the invisible expenses and kill them before they kill you. If this video helped you see where your money's actually going, do me a favor. Subscribe, like, and comment one money mistake you're fixing right now. I read every comment. I'll respond. Let's figure this out together. In the next video, I am going to show you why your primary residence is likely the reason you are house rich and cash poor, and why the American dream of homeownership has become a financial cage for anyone earning a good salary. This new video in our series will be uploaded soon, so stay tuned and make sure you do not miss it. My name is John. Stop working for your car and start making your money work for you.